My OBS has been successfully connected to my
If you're
YouTube.
new
Here you
here,
see my
I
pre-recorded
just want to say thank you for joining my program,
YouTube live
my YouTube channel.
streaming.
God bless you for joining.
Now all
And
you
if you are
need
one of my returning subscriber, thank you
here,
once again
you
for
can
coming
click
back
on
again.
a
If you are new,
link
please
to
kindly
YouTube
like,
live
share, and
streaming.
subscribe.
Here
So
we
today,
have live. Now all
and
you
if you are one of my returning subscriber, thank you once again for coming back again. If you are new, please kindly like, share, and subscribe. So today, and if you are one of my returning subscriber, thank you once again for coming back again. If you are new, please kindly like, share, and subscribe. So today, the measurement is posted so that we can all follow along, so it's easier for us to get the whole picture.
One of my returning subscribers, thank you once again for coming back again. If you're new, please kindly like, share, and subscribe. So today, the
posted so that we can all follow along, so it's easier for us to get the whole body first, so that we can have a square shaped out. So first of all, we're dividing the body 48 into 2, so that's 12. So yes, so because we have 1 inch allowance, we'll be adding 1 inch, that's 13. So yes, that's like we were seeing it there, it's going to be 13. So we are cutting 13 all the way down. Yes, make sure we mark 13 all the way down, because we want to make sure we have a balanced square. Yes, so yes, the length is 31, we'll be making it 32. Yes, just 1 inch, because the back side we're adding more to it, so that laps over to the front to gives it more length. So yes, video. If you're new here, I just want to say thank you for joining my program, my YouTube channel. God bless you for joining. And if you are one of my returning subscriber, thank you once again for coming back again. If you are new, please kindly like, share, and subscribe. So today, we're going to dive into how to sew a bubu or a kaftan or a senator wear, depending on how you want it, with an invisible zip and neck piping with a different sleeve. So yes, we're doing all in one, from the cutting to the sewing. So thank you all for joining. The measurement is posted so that we can all follow along, so it's easier for us to get the whole picture. Very easy. Yes, so the length is 31, the shoulder is 18, the body is 48, and the sleeve is 18. The neck is 17, that's the round neck. So yes, so we're starting with the length first, and with the body first, so that we can have a square shaped out. So first of all, we're dividing the body 48 into 2, so that's 12. So yes, so because we have 1 inch allowance, we'll be adding 1 inch, that's 13. So yes, just like we were seeing it there, it's going to be 13. So we are cutting 13 all the way down. Yes, make sure we mark 13 all the way down, because we want to make sure we have a balanced square. Yes, yes, the length is 31, we'll be making it 32. Yes, just 1 inch, because the back side we're adding more to it, so that laps over to the front to gives it more length. So yes, we'll be adding 1 inch to the back. Yes, so please, if you haven't liked my video yet, if you have watched some of my videos and you really liked it, please just subscribe and also like the video. That lets the algorithm know that yes, this is a good YouTube video where it's showing a lot of details, and I'm sure you're liking as you're watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any question. I've been answering any question that has to do with sewing, has to do with cutting. Please just like and share, drop your comment. I would love to reply them as fast as possible. So after doing that, we'll be cutting out the square out. So yes, this is the front only. We'll be cutting it out like the way it is. So yes, we'll be placing the same squared. Don't forget, we only added 1 inch to the length, and for the body we added 1 inch after dividing by 4. So now we're going to the back tutorial. Because of YouTube we do tutorial because a client ordered for it, and because we know someone like you're watching it now will benefit from our video. So that's why we do our video, so we can educate more people. Yes, so this is it, the cutting. So I've added 3.5. If it's a kid you can add 2.5. If it's a teenager you can add 3. Yes, it depends on how you want it to be. And one thing vital about my cutting is if you stand straight close to the mirror, you notice that your shoulder is not straight. So I know some videos that their shoulders are quite straight, but mine is not straight. So yes, for my neck I do 2.5 for the neck, and like I said, my shoulder is not straight. I make sure I slant it down. So what I do is I measure my shoulder inch first. My shoulder is 18, so half of it is 9. So I mark out 9 to the shoulder point. Then I drop my shoulder. Yes, I drop my shoulder by 2.25 or 2.5, depending on how big the shoulder is, on how slanted the shoulder is. Don't forget that I didn't remove it at the edge. I remove it at the same shoulder line. Yes, so I mark out the length from the 2.5 inch to where the shoulder is. I first divide my shoulder by 2, which is 9. Please don't forget 9. So from 9, that's when I measured down 2.5 or 2.25. So now that's what I've just slanted it, and that's what I have. So now I have just adjusted the length down, because the length is supposed to be equal on the downside. It's supposed to be equal, so then every other thing is okay. So now back to the upper side. Because I've slanted my shoulder, it reduces the rumples around the armpit. Yes, I don't like rumples around my armpit, so that's why I make sure I slant my shoulder to the approximate or to the appropriate shoulder of the client. So it's very okay. So now I fold it, overlapping the front 1 inch. Please note, overlapping the front 1 inch is very, very necessary to overlap the front by 1 inch. Yes, just like you have seen. So that if it's half inch, then there's a mistake. It has to be 1 inch, so that half inch on both front and the back will give you a balance, and the shoulder, the iron part on the shoulder still becomes visible and balanced. Please don't forget that. So from there I mark out my shoulder, which is 9, but with allowance now that will be 9.5. The first time wasn't allowance because I was just trying to drop the shoulder. So now it's 9 with allowance half inch. So now my hammer is 7.5. Please don't forget 7.5. So for me, what I do is I make sure my front, we call it across back and across chest for ladies measurement, but this is a guy's measurement. So I make sure I take the front a little bit inside to reduce the rumples in the front, because there's always a lot of rumples. So what I do is I reduce my front by quarter or half inch. The minimum is half inch. I reduce my front by quarter or half inch. Please note that, very, very necessary. I reduce my front because if I make it the same, I just have unnecessary excess among my armor. I hate that when I make clothes and it's like that. So if it's not going to be a suit, let it fit well the way it's supposed to be. So that's why I'm having my cuff. Note, I'm not doing this for the back. I'm doing this for the front only. I'm only marking it so I can easily cut out the front, please. The back still remains. There's no issue with the back, but the front, like you have seen the way I've cutting it now here, the front is just done like that intentionally. This is half inch, but in some cases I do more depending on how wide or how broad the shoulder, especially the chest part. Please, it's very necessary. Yes, that's what I do for my front. Basically, for my front, the back is still back remains the same. So I measure my half inch to get the accurate. I measure my armhole to get the accurate armhole for the sleeve. Yes, very, very necessary. So I come back to my neck, 2.5 inch, and the length most of the time I do 4 inch or 4.25 or 4.5. But this I'm doing 5 inch. I'll be doing 4.5. I mean 4.5. So I bend it over. I create my curve now. So you can use a curve, you can use your hand, depending on whichever one works for you. If you have liked the video up to this extent, please, I really appreciate your love and your support towards my YouTube channel. And if you haven't liked yet, please just like. Even if you're watching on TV, you can still like the video. I make sure I do this for the back because I noticed the back is not meant to be just the straight. Most especially if I'm doing a piping, I make sure that I measure my neck round. Yes, I make sure my neck, because my neck here measurement is 17, so which means I must make sure that I have the accurate 17 or half inch shorter. Yes, half inch shorter. What I have there is 50, is that 18? Yes, the other is probably 8, which is 16. So half inch shorter. Half inch, if I'm sewing it I tend to lose it out a bit. It's easier for me. If it's still smaller, I can still adjust. If it's too big, it becomes a bigger neck, which I don't really like. So yes, I don't like it if it's too big. So I make sure if I'm not getting it exactly, it's a little bit half-inch shorter. So with that, I can easily adjust it to make it more bigger. So yes, that's that for my neck. You can see how simple and how matured it is. So for my sleeve length, that's what I'll be doing. Yes. So I don't want to forget the armor. Armor is 11. Just as we go to the shot, you understand what I mean by the 11 inch. So yes, I'm done with the upper side now. With the body, this is a kaftan, a bubu, senator, whatever you want to do. It is the same measurement that you want, the same way you do it, but just at different measurements. So now we'll be going to the sleeve part. I'm trying to understand if there's a way I can minimize my fabric. Yes, I don't like wasting fabric. I don't like it. And this sleeve for this one is 3/4. I'm doing 3/4 sleeve, like you see in the picture at the first video, like you saw in the picture, please. Yes. So this will be a 2-layer, but I'm not sure I cut the second layer in the video. But yes, I'll just explain how you do it. So this is 4.5 for my hammer. And don't forget that what I took before was 11 inch, please. So I adjust my hammer to be 11. So the length, the sleeve length is supposed to be 18, but because I'll be adding more to it, so I'll just skip that part and just put, it depends on where I want the joining to be, please. Depending on how I want the joining to be, that's what determines how I will create the line. If I want it to be 5 inch from the hem or 3 inch from the hem, so yes, you can determine that. So my hammer is 11, so yes, that's my 11 inch over there. So I can mark it out, because it won't be fair if my hammer is bigger and my sleeve is smaller. It doesn't fit well. So now my round sleeve, which is my bicep, is what I marked just there. Yes, don't forget that it's a freewear, it's not a fitted sleeve. That's where the beauty of the sleeves comes out more. So yes, I'll be creating a straight line, and I can create my curve with it. For the course of the tutorial, that's what I'm doing, the marking out. If it's just me, I'll be done with the sleeve. I'll just find a way of cutting it to make sure it's balanced and it's okay. So yes, that's what I do. If you haven't liked it up to this extent, please subscribe. Please. We are begging you to support our work by subscribing, please. We have more tutorials on men, ladies. We do all here. We do all from ladies to men: corset, blouse, skirt, trousers, elastic, apron, just name it. We have it all here. So for my front, I make sure, like the way I did for my front also, for my front bodies, I make sure I have a little bit of a slant on my sleeve also, so it correlates and reduces the rumples on the sleeve, please. On the armor, you notice some people have these rumples on their clothes, please. Industrially, it's supposed to be removed, so it reduces the unnecessary excess by the side. So now I'm cutting my yoke. I'm sure you understand how to cut the yoke, so just watch the video as I'll be cutting it so you can understand better. So now I'll be doing the piping. Yes, the piping. If you understand what I mean piping, it's me cutting my fabric on bias. Piping is about bias. If you don't understand bias, please just take a minute and Google what bias is. Bias in fabric, which means I'm cutting my fabric on a 45 degree. So it's going to be slant, and the slant has to be exactly 45 degree, nothing less, nothing more. 45 degree. So fold your fabric in in halfway of an handkerchief. That's what it means. So from there I mark out 2.25, please. 2.25 is what I mark for my piping, just like you have seen it now. My piping is 2.25. Yes, my aim is to have it as half inch at the final goal. Yes, so my aim is to have it at half inch. I mean, yes. So you can see what I'm doing, half on both sides, and I can fold one part to have the half inch and the other part have the 0.25. Yes. So now you just cut the piping. Yep. So now on the sewing part, so let's get back to the sewing. So I have to overlock the shoulder to make sure that it's balanced, please. I have to overlock the shoulder, and yes, I'm sure you didn't know that there's a design coming, but yes, I like to make sure there's a little bit of a design based on my client's order. So I have to make sure there's a design in front and also on the yoke at the back, just like the way you've seen it. So now I'm setting my my back and my yoke to make sure that the zip is on the left side, please, on the left side. Just like this, the button on the men is meant to overlap from the left side, whereas the lady is supposed to overlap on the right side. Please take note of that. So yes, I'll be joining the shoulder. I'm sure we are familiar with this. Joining it to make sure that it's all inside, nothing is outside. Yes, so that's my video part. So the zipper side, so I make sure the folded part is where I start, so it's easier for me to control, please, so that I can cut off the excesses, just like you've seen. Don't forget that they won't be facing for the front, so it's just be piping, so which means I must make sure it's at the edge. Yeah, it's at the edge, not away from the edge, not inside from the edge, at the edge exactly. So don't forget the zipper foot you're using has to be very close to the zip, please. It's very necessary. If it's not close to the zip, get the one that is very close to it. The point of invisible zip is to make sure that it's really invisible. The stitches should be invisible. That's the point. That's why they call it invisible zip, please. It has to be invisible. Mine might not be at 100% as close as it's supposed to be, but please make yours very, very, in fact, perfect. Yes, that's what I would say, perfect. Please, if you don't have a filter that is good enough, get another one. I'll give you the 100% invisible seam. Please, it's very necessary. And the edge, like I said. Yes, I'm sewing from the inside. It depends on the foot you have. If you think your foot will make it easier for you to sew from the outside, please proceed. But mine, I want it to be from the inside. The stitching, I mean, yeah. So yes, for my sleeve part, I'm sure we got the visible zip part. Yes, I'm changing my foot because I'm done with the zipper. So I'll be going to my sleeve. Please, for my sleeve, like I said before, the length is supposed to be 18. That's the initial length, but because I'm doing a designer's sleeve, a different sleeve, so I'll be introducing another different area, which will be added to the down part. Please, it's going to be added. I added like 5 or 6 inches to mine to give me the length of 18, please. So I'll be folding my yoke and I'll be moving to my sleeve shortly. Like I've said, this is not a video for tutorial. This is a client order, so I don't do to keep. I do to send to the customer based on the order. Yes, I don't do video because of YouTube. I do because there's a client that's ordering it, so it's easier for me to do what is right and what is best for my brand. Yes, very necessary, please. So you can see the outcome when the zip is ready. Yes. My shoulder is not straight, like I've said. It's not supposed to be straight, it's supposed to bend, so that's when you feel the effect, more like a suit bending to your shoulder. So you can see mine is not, my invisible zip is not 100% like I would like it to be, but please, yours can be better. Yours can be better, please. It's very necessary. If you have gotten to this extent and you have not liked or shared, please, what are you waiting for? Just like the video, share. There's more video on my page. I have a lot of videos. My video is not restricted to men only. I upload these videos there. Pants, trouser, even bodies, elastic, pants, So yes, you can see what I just said. This is the length I cut on the video, but for additional and designer's purpose, I'll be adding more to it. Yes, don't forget there's a notch for my own front, so it doesn't align with every other design that you have seen before. It's very necessary. So yes, this is going to this exact line. Yes, so I fold from this side and I stitch. My opening, the opening depends actually. It depends on how you want it to be. It can be more, it can be less. Yes, so what I do is divide it to get the half parts first. Then you can make yours 5 inch for the opening for the sleeve, or you can make it less depending on how you want it to be. For mine, I'll be doing 6. Yes, side to be visible. You can see, so that's 3 on both sides. So I stitch from one side to 3 on that side, and I move on to the next one by leaving the middle part open. Please back stitch very well, because it tends to remove it if it's not well back stitched. Yeah, make sure you back stitch it very well properly. So don't mind me, I overlock the sleeve so to make sure that it's balanced. Yes, I have to overlock to make sure that it's very, very comfortable. So yes, that's the effect. So ironing time. So let's go and iron and see what the effect will be. I'll be putting hemming gum on each level to make sure that it's laying flat. Yes, flat is the goal. Then that also for the hem also, to make sure that everything is laid flat properly. So yes. So now on the ironing table, you can see I've just ironed it open first. So now I'll be putting my hem shortly. Yeah. Putting my hem shortly. Sorry if you're not seeing it down, I didn't place the camera properly. Sorry about that. So because my hemming gum, it's called hemming gum, it's not strong, so I have to double it to make sure that I have the effect of what I want. So I'll be double one side and put on the other side. So the other side. So with that, you have a balance. You have a balance and a very strong sleeve, fully hemmed. Yes, that is me putting the sleeve. Yes, also on the other side also. You can see my knot is for the front, so that's why I'm putting that at the front. So please, if you want to know more on how I do my printing, please just send a message. I'll probably drop it in the comment section. I'll probably look for a way to do a video for it, or I send you how I do that personally. Yeah, so you can reach me on Instagram. That I guess I reply faster, but I also reply on comment depending on availability, but Instagram seems to be way faster. Please, I'm sure my link will be on the description below. So yes, in case you want to know more about sublimation, or if you have a direct message or direct question you want to ask me, you can reach out and follow me on Instagram. I'll be giving you more details and everything there. But you can drop a comment in the section also. I'll probably reply to that very fast, as much as I can. So I'll be overlocking that, and the next will be the neck. Yes, the neck piping. Don't forget that this is a full tutorial. Don't just keep one part for one part. We have the zipper part, we have the sleeve part, we have the piping part, and we have the finishing part, which is the hemming and the final touch. Please, it's very necessary. Very, 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 very necessary. Please don't forget that. Thank you if you have watched this video so far to this extent. I really appreciate. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, please kindly do that. To notify YouTube that yes, this is an helpful video and a helpful tutorial. Yes, please. I'll be taking a half inch on the shoulder, on the sleeve, but when it gets to my body, don't forget that we added 1 inch to it. So I have to make sure that it's 1 inch. That it doesn't become too big or too tight. 1 inch is my goal. So I have to make sure it's 1 inch outside. Very necessary, very important. So from there all the way down. So my opening by the hem it depends on me actually. It depends on what I want. It depends on the design I'm working on. So it's up to you how you want the opening by the side slit. I mean, how you want the side slit to be. It depends on you. keep doubling it because it's necessary to double it to make sure that it's more firm. If possible, you can triple it as far as your iron is hot enough to gum it down, please. It's necessary so that your iron has to be strong enough to go down all the way, because if it's not going all the way, it doesn't make any sense. It removes very easily. So please double it. Don't make sure it's single, especially if you're using like my hemming gum. Please make sure it's strong enough to go all the way, double enough, I mean, so to be stronger enough, because one doesn't work, but if it's doubled or tripled, it makes more sense. Please, very necessary. So yes, you can see my clothes is fully ready and ready to go. So from this, we'll be moving straight to, yes, my hemming gum is not the rolling one, it's the cutting one, it's the pieces. So I can easily control it, and it's a little bit lesser in terms of price. So I can also control how big and how wide I want it to be. This is especially for me that I work with ladies and men designs, so it's easier for me to work on the both without even disturbing one another. Yes, so I'll be applying the same thing. You can see without the piping, everything is looking set. Everything is looking set. You can see. Please, if you have watched to this extent, please just drop a like button. Please just click on the like button and also subscribe. Please subscribe. It's very necessary and very important. It helps me know that yes, I'm doing a great work, and also let other people know of my channel to come and learn, and also add a little bit knowledge to their sewing and cutting skill. Please, just like the way you've seen it, I'm still ironing down the finishing part. I'm sure you're already liking the effect of what you're seeing, especially if you're trying out, if you are practicalizing what I'm doing right now on your fabric. I'm sure you're already seeing the effect. Please, if you haven't, please just play and pause as much as you can, so that we can all be on the same level, on the same line. Please, it's very necessary. So that's my pack design. You can see I'll explain my how I do my sublimation shortly, maybe in some other time. But yes, I'll definitely do that so we can all understand how I get my designs very easy and beautiful. So don't forget I cut my piping before now. So now I'm going to the piping part, which is 2.25, and the length is like 2 inches more than your normal neck. So if your neck is 18, add 2 inches more to the length, please. It's very, very necessary. If your length is 18, add 2 inches, just in case of incasity. That's what I do. I can cut it out. It's easier. But if I make sure I don't add more when it's not enough, please. This is me explaining again. 75 degree is very necessary. 75 degrees is very necessary. I mean 45 degree, yeah. To make sure that my cutting is accurate. Please. The piping has to be 45 degrees slant. That's to be slant totally. That's when you can have a relaxing and a comfortable piping, please. You can see what I did now. That's what I did there, yeah. The way I folded it. Yes. It's very, 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 very needed and very necessary, please. So, but because I've cut mine, I'm just trying to explain to us so that we can easily get the whole picture. I've cut the piping, I'm just trying to explain again, you can see. So if I expand it, it's expandable. If I reduce it, it can have a form on its own without much control. That's the effect of the piping. It can be controlled easily. Yes. Easily. I'm just trying to take more time to explain the piping because I notice most people have the whole body complete, but when it gets to the piping, it doesn't sit well. It's not balanced, so it tends to have more unlacking things. So please take note of the piping. Every other thing seems to be okay because you are cutting on a straight grain, but because this one you are cutting on a bias piping, more like the bias you buy. If you can notice, if you stretch the bias you buy, it stretches easily. But because this one is not the bias you buy, this is the bias you cut yourself. Please make sure that you cut the bias on 45 degree. My piping is not straight. I will try and adjust it. So make sure that I have it to balance and a straight 2.25 inch, please. Have you liked it? You should have liked by now. I'm sure you liked the video up to this extent. Please like, drop your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to my YouTube channel also. So I'm folding ½ inch, as you have seen. Folding ½ inch. sure we already got the outcome of the piping. I'm sure we like the way it turns out in terms of the iron and the folding. It's easier, very easy and straightforward. Half inch is a final goal. You can see how careful I have to be when I'm sewing this place. It's very, very necessary. You have to be very careful. Please, for the piping ironing, you can do it as much time as you need, please, as far as you're getting the half-inch all around. Please, this one, you need to be very careful. Make sure that it's on stitching on the outside, and it's also holding the downside. Don't forget that when I was doing this tutorial and I was ironing it, I had a little bit excess at the back, so that if I'm stitching the front, it holds at the back. Yes, please. You can see. And before you put the piping, please make sure that the neck is exactly what you want the neck to be in terms of the measurement. If your measurement is 16, make sure your neck is also 16 now before you put the piping, because the piping, in a way, it's better it's a little bit bigger for the piping to come in than it's shorter. If it's shorter, there's tendency that you might reduce half-inch on the piping, which will not be so nice on you. Please make sure that you have it exactly or half-inch bigger, so you can easily rectify it. And if you are doing this, please don't forget that the invisible tip is also very necessary. Make sure you open it out. I'm sorry I couldn't show the video of how I'm open up the invisible part, so the stitching doesn't get to the edge of the invisible place. Make sure it doesn't get to the edge of the invisible place. If you make a mistake, correct it, take it back. It's allowed. Yes, it's allowed, please. You can see if it's not balanced, you have to do it again. Most time I like to mark it out to make sure that it's on the same line. Yes, just make sure that the starting point is on the same as the starting point on the other side also, at the ending part I mean. So make sure it's balanced, please. Yes, because the stitch is getting to where the zipper is supposed to pass through, that's why it's stopping on that side. So once I lose it out a bit, it's easier for me to adjust. You can see, you can adjust where the thread is getting to there. Once you can go through, then that means it's a success. You can see now it's just gone through, but I guess there's still something not balancing there, so I'll work on that shortly. Yes, like I said, this is not just a tutorial, this is a client order, so I don't want to mess it up. If you have liked to this extent, if you have watched to this extent, please drop your like, drop your comments in the comment section. I really appreciate your love and support. Please kindly share to any fashion designer that you know, especially a client that is not giving you what you want and you think they should know this. Please send it to them. It's very necessary. Please just send it to them. Yes, nice. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. The only part left is just the hanging part, so once it's ironed, then it's balanced. So now I have to do the 3 stitch, or you can leave it as 1 or 2 depending on how you want your design to be. Just continue the stitch all the way around. Yes, the middle part has to be quiet and intentional, straight and gentle. You don't want to rush it because the errors tends to show if it's not straight. Please, there's a mistake, it tends to show very quick, especially if you're doing the middle part. Please, if you have gotten to this extent with my video, I really appreciate. Thank you. God bless you. Drop your comments in the comment section, drop your like button, just help me subscribe, please. Help me subscribe, share to someone. You can save this video for when you are ready to sew for your husband, for your kids, or anybody. Please just like the video and just get it saved in your archive. Yes, you can see this is the ironing part. You can see how balanced it all looks. Look at the neck, all ironed out, all on the same line. You can see the middle stitching also all perfect. So please, if you have enjoyed it to this extent, kindly like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. See you in some of my other videos.